You are listening to NUFC Talk Radio, the voice of the Toon Army. Live daily on the website, on YouTube, on DAB, and on every online radio directory. NUFC Talk, the voice of the Toon Army.
And we are back, NUFC Talk Radio live on YouTube, on the website, on DAB in Newcastle and Gateshead, and on your smart speaker. Welcome, one and all, Newcastle United beating Tottenham Hotspur away in the Premier League. What a match, what a performance. We certainly did a great job. Probably, well, no, we played well against Everton away as well, so that was probably a better performance than tonight. Or maybe not, because the pressure on Eddie Howe tonight was immense. So in that specific order, this win was massive win for Eddie Howe and Newcastle United. In that particular order, I thought it was great. Now listen, we did play against a poor Tottenham team, but that is none of our problems. It is what it is. We had to beat them, and we did exactly that. Right now, the Magpies are in 10th place, still mid-table, of course. Not much is going to change. Other matches are going around. Other matches, we're going to update you as we go. It looks like Man United losing a match at, are they playing away? They are playing away. No, they are at home, actually. They're at Old Trafford. And there was a kid that needed a 5th win so he can cut his hair. He hadn't cut his head in like 3 years, I think. Waiting for 5 wins in a row for Man U. And isn't it crazy? The football gods are, I'm telling you, man, they're gonna knacker this kid because he's not gonna get a haircut. It seems like it right now. But either way, Newcastle United again winning 2-1 against Tottenham Hotspur. Sacked in the morning was the cry of war in the Tottenham Stadium, and it is what it is. But we were good. We were up for it. The whole match deserved to win. It got shaky in a few moments. It got shaky. We lost the lead once again, but quickly we were good to come back and get back on track, and that was needed. If minutes went on without us getting back on top, if it kept getting on and on and on, I don't know the pressure what would have been. But the fact of the matter is, Ramsey with a wonderful touch scores against Spurs to get Newcastle United the lead. You can call now, and actually, let me set that up. We got Mighty Win. We got Boki in the house, of course. Don't forget to subscribe. Become a member if you can. We got a super chat there already, don't we? So who would it be? Ian McCubbin. Thank you for becoming a member, by the way, earlier on. I appreciate you very much, mate. And then a super chat there from Jordy Dan Eddie, celebrating with the fans. Lovely to see. There's certainly not going to be any boos and whistles. The neat. We got Richie already calling us from the Toon. How are you, mate? What's happening? You delighted? Are you not renting anymore?
No, I'm foaming. I'm foaming.
Foaming again?
Only kidding. Get in. What a great win, man. Just what we needed. What we needed.
Exactly. Yeah.
I thought Elanga played brilliant tonight again. Yet again. I think Ramsey done all right. I think the first half we battered them. The second half was a little bit ropey at times, to be fair. But I'm happy, as you can tell.
Yeah, happy
and no
as Larry.
reason not to be.
Yeah, it was good the day it was. It was nice feeling for once in the Blue Moon Air.
I think
it's lovely. But listen, not to paper over the cracks, as we say. But would you?
Mm-hmm.
You watched the first half. Would you have made changes then?
No. Why would you make changes at halftime?
Me personally, no, I wouldn't have. Personally, no.
Why would you make changes?
I thought we're doing all right. Yeah, I would not know.
Why would you make changes?
I must admit, mate, sorry to cut you off, but I thought trips at times, running back, man, he frightens the life out of me. But on the flip side, he done some cracking tackles and all, like. But he does worry me, mind, for pace. He really does. Mm-hmm. Worries me a lot.
What was the issue at halftime?
And Bogey, you can smile, you know, mate. You can smile a day, you know.
I'm over the moon, Richie, mate.
I was just scared rigid because we created so many opportunities that we didn't convert. And, you know, I mean, what?
Yeah, I know. That was a bit concerning, really, wasn't it? I mean, what was it? 7 corners in the first blinking 10 minutes or something, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Some daft like that. I don't know the exact figures, but I am thinking, God, we need to. That was had us a little bit worried, like thinking we need to put these away. You've got to, man. You know, you really do. And then that goal, by the way, was definitely onside, in my opinion. We were robbed again, but we still won anyway, so that's all that matters anyway. That's all that matters.
Richie, do you think we're seeing the real Elanga in the first half there? Because I thought he was brilliant first half.
He was, mate. He was. I seen your comment and all. I was thinking the exact same myself. Yes, I was out of the moon for him. I mean, as you have heard me, I've slagged him off loads, but I'm out of the moon for him to start doing well for him now. Looking, positive. I'm very pleased to see it. That's what we've all wanted to do, to be fair, we all have. But you've got to criticise them when they're not playing well.
Exactly. There you go. That's exactly what I say. Exactly what I do. But I get called negative, so... but I'm not going to make it about me either way.
Ramsey and all. Sorry for cutting you off, Chris. I keep doing that. I'm not sorry, mate. Sorry. Go on, pal.
No.
Your call.
No, go on.
No, I didn't like doing it, though. It's kind of bad manners. Sorry.
No.
Worry about that.
So you were talking about Ramsey. Ramsey had a good game.
I thought he had a cracking game and all. I did. I think he played very well as well. And he hasn't played that well all season overall. Tonight I thought he played brilliant. And when he was on the bench, I don't know if you've clocked it yourselves, but you could see them like PRing our, like you could tell that they were wanting with it. Like you could see that they want with it be well, and that's all you want to see from your team. That's all you want to see.
That's right. Yeah, no, that's true. Spot on. I think that tonight's performance speaks volumes of, well, first of all, clearly the team is back in 80, which is good. Maybe not, to be fair, that wasn't really much of a concern, but the fact that they were under pressure and they responded. Again, it's just one win amongst many wins that we need to get in this league right now, but it was a must win.
Let's keep it real low. Sorry for cutting you off again. Like I keep saying, sorry.
Don't apologize. Just go.
They were poor, mind. They were poor, but we played well, though. You can't just have both, one way. We did play well, but they were poor. You can see that, what are them, 4th or 5th bottom or something now?
Yeah.
Something like that?
3 points off relegation now.
Richie, you can only beat what's...
Yeah, it's good to see, though, isn't it? I love it, mate. I love it when we beat them. I love it.
Love it.
Richie, I love this comment. It's super chat from Irish. Thank you, Irish. I can't believe Spurs fans booing Eddie and singing "You'll get sacked in the morning." Shameful of them.
Oh, what a classic! What a classic!
Well, it does. It certainly does speak volumes. It does speak volumes.
It's good that everyone's in good spirits, though, isn't it? It's much better than bickering amongst each other, isn't it? So
the team,
let's hope we can just kick on and continue on this way. But I think I've took more than enough time up and let some of the lads get on. But cheers, lads.
Cheers, buddy. Thank you very much for calling, man.
Always a pleasure.
Appreciate it very much indeed. That was Richie there. Call us now. Have your say, folks. 01-91-916-8864. Boki, what do you think about the game?
I thought first half were really good. As I say, I thought Elanga just he came out of his shell completely.
Give me a second. Super chat there. We got to get to super chat. Sorry about that. I didn't get to read it. Oh, yeah, you actually did. Sorry about that.
Yeah, we did that one.
Cutting you off there for no reason.
That's a super chat in itself.
Yeah.
Sunderland.
There you go. Go on, Boki. And then we got Warren on the line.
No, but I just think it was Elanga was brilliant first half. I think them two central midfielders are becoming a good pairing, and Willock and Ramsey, they're beginning to find their form as well. But I'll let I get on.
Yeah. We got Warren calling us now from the Toon. Warren, how are you, bud?
Well, hello, Wazza.
Hello, my son.
Are you back on the late side?
Get in there. Oh, hey. I wasn't gonna have a drink and eating. I thought, I am feeling well. I'm gonna have a Guinness. Whee!
Just by way of a
Yeah.
change.
You know?
So what do you think about the game then? What do you think about the game?
I thought it was brilliant. It was like gutsy, and that's what I want to see. A gutsy performance. Get in there, try and play the ball. Okay, we messed about it a few times, like Wynn pointed out. You know what I mean? And yourself, you know, like when the ball could have went straight to a player, it's been passed around and then went to the player. That's still a little bit of a, you know what I mean? But it was just class because we battled for the ball.
Yeah.
That was it for me. We were coming away for the first time for a long time. We were coming away with a ball from those midfield melees. But it changed in the second half, by the way. That was when I started really getting worried. And that was what led to their corner and their goal. But by and large, we were winning the midfield battles.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
No, we were, and you know what I mean? It was just like, we're like grasping it, didn't we? We didn't like shy away. There's obviously words being said. There's feelings like obviously must have been hurt. And it's funny, but he put Ramsey on and Willock on, and that for me, I think I was a little bit decisive because he was trying to show that, you know, I'm going to play the players that I think's going to do well, and that's the first time I've seen that.
Well, I mentioned it.
You know, one thing I thought was I would. This isn't a criticism of Howe whatsoever, but he's put a hell of a lot of work into that game. You can see that, and I'd love to have seen him celebrate the goals more for himself, because he has.
Yeah, I get that, Berkey. I get that, and I know what you mean.
There's no,
but he's walking a tightrope, though, mate.
He is, but there's no criticism there from us. It's just for him himself. I think he deserves that little bit of glory in those moments.
Yeah, I know, but put yourself in this position. You know what I mean? He must be pretty shocked about the way things have been going recently. So, you know, he's obviously worried. He's trying to put a brave face on it. But listen, I mean, it's a win. We've got to celebrate. We're down in the dumps when we lose. We've got to celebrate when we win, because it meant something tonight. And away to Tottenham, for all the factors, like, you know what I mean, I've never seen, like, you know what I mean, Tottenham are just as bad, if not worse than us. Well, probably worse, I would say. But it's a win. It could all change, you know what I mean? If they had scored when they won the you know, they got one corner, they scored, you know, and you think, oh, yeah, we'll go. But we didn't, we held out. And actually, we didn't just hold out, we went for it again.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, it was good. It was a great performance. It was the team deserved to win this one, and you know, now we got to look at the other target, which is during the weekend, and that's going to be a massive game, elimination game. But we can't give that up either. We got to go out there and fight for it. Give me your man of the match before you go, mate. Who was your man of the match?
Man of the match. Well, I would go for Ramsey, just because
Ramsey. Yeah, why?
He moved up about 30% because he's done nout, but all of a sudden scored a goal and he was involved. And he seemed a lot quicker on his feet. It's amazing what confidence does for you.
That's true. Very true. Anyways, Waza, thank you for calling us, mate. Appreciate you very much indeed.
No problem, Chris. Thanks.
Cheers.
And see you, Boogie.
See you later, Waza.
And there you go, ladies and gents. Some folks on the YouTube side having issues. I'm not sure why, but you know, just refresh, close the app, and do your thing there if you can. But it seems like on our end everything is great and hunky dory. I want to know men of the match. Who are your men of the match candidates? Bruno. Bruno could be there, but he played regular. Ramsey, Chiao was there. Who could be men of the match? We need 4 options. By the way, nobody's blocking anybody on the chat. So if it's happening, that's just on your own. Nobody's blocking anybody or banning anybody, so don't get paranoid. Anyway, Steve, rock the tune. How are you, mate?
Not too bad, mate. In the middle of, moved house.
Okay. So what do you think about the game?
Not the best, but we won.
You don't think we played great?
I wouldn't. Nah, I'm joking you.
Oh.
No, I think we had a really good game. Tottenham was really poor. I don't know what it is with us and Tottenham. We just seem to be having good results against them. We both predicted the result, Chris. I think, but the thing is, it's consistency. You know what I mean? That's the problem. Can we keep it up?
Well, that's
what do you think? By the way, you didn't get your prediction in, but what do you think?
Well, I got it in just after kick off. I didn't even know there was a game tonight. I thought it was tomorrow. I thought the game was good. I thought we played well. It's just unlucky that Gameres got injured, and the first goal disallowed. I think we played really well. I think Ramsey's starting to come up. Alanga in the first half was playing really well. I think as long as we can be consistent with today, into the next game, might be good.
Steve, do you think we've played a worse team than Tottenham Hotspur? And this is not trying to play down the win, but have you seen a worse team that we've played this season in the Premier League than Tottenham?
Oh, many of them. Just because we get them, we get many of them.
I think we have at times, but I think Tottenham at the moment are so poor. It's not like what they were supposed to be. Everyone was predicting them for top 6 again this year. They were supposed to be challenging, not maybe for the title, but getting up there. And it's actually I'm quite surprised where they are. If West Ham win this game tonight, that they're winning 1-0, 3 points from relegation. And Leeds coming back from 2-0 down.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's fine.
Puts pressure on
the Spursy chat in saying worst season in Spurs history. Arsenal win the league and they get relegated.
Well,
yeah, it is one of the worst I've ever seen of them, and it's not Tottenham. They're a team. I'm not saying they're any better than us, but they should have been challenging this year.
But with regard to what you were saying before about
playing last year,
with regard to what you were saying about it being, it's a win. Where we're going to go from here? What I'm saying is, where do you think we're going to go from here?
Well, we've been having good wins, and then we've not been taking it to the next game. We had a few good wins in a row. We had what do we have? About 4 wins in a row, and then after that, then we just went up and down. It's consistency. We're not the last few games. We've not been consistent enough.
So, based on tonight's performance, where do you think we're going to realistically finish?
You can never tell at the moment because we're not consistent. We're not. Like I said, we beat Tottenham
like
tonight. We had the bad results.
I don't think that's a fair question when you look at how if you take this game,
we played more bad games than good ones. So if you really go from that, then but I don't know why you want to bring it down the show. Again, why you want to make it doom and gloom now?
No sense because Steve brought the question up when he said, it's a win, but where do we go from here? So I'm asking him that question.
We got to keep going. We got to keep winning games, man. We can't worry about
we have to keep winning games. We need to, do what we need to do. I just said, we've been having games where we've been in front, and then suddenly we're 2-1 down. Today we were actually in front. Yeah, we got a goal back scored against us early in the second half, but we pushed and pushed and pushed, and finally got the goal that we needed, and we defended it, which we haven't been doing lately.
Yeah,
we just seem to, we get in a lead and we then end up, 2-1 down or something. it's not consistent enough.
All right, Steve. Thank you for calling us, bud. Appreciate you. Thank you. Talk to you soon.
That's all, mate. See you, guys.
Have a good one.
Steve.
Here we go. Call us now and have your say, folks. 0191-916-8864. Man of the match, lads. Who are your men of the match? Mine could be Ramsey.
Elanga?
I think Ramsey and Willock are both got to be in there.
Elanga. Willock was good. Willock good. Well, actually, I'm going to say Elanga, actually. And I want to...
Elanga, Willock, Ramsey, and Bruno.
No, I want to put Chow there. Chow was immense. He made one mistake.
Chow as well, yeah.
It was
he got the goal. That makes him the top Premier League scoring defender.
Yeah. But again, we're not daft here. Nobody's daft here on this channel. So we're not going to judge a center back for scoring goals because that's not something to judge a center back for, right? We're not daft here. So we're just going to judge him for his wonderful performance as a center back. So, ain't that right, Wayne? He agrees with me.
No, because when you start the season, you should be having a word with all of your with all your squad and saying, I am expecting X number of goals from forwards, X number of goals from wingers, X number of goals from midfielders, X number of goals from centre halves, and X number of goals from fullbacks.
Oh man, yeah, it is. And you think that conversation happens?
Fergie used to do it all the time.
Anyway, RG Fox calling us from Ashington. RG, how are you, bud?
Hey boy.
Not so bad, Chris. I wanna ask you one question, Chris. Before you start the season with all of these things, do you ask the mighty Queen how many lives he's going to miss?
No, we don't start it. We put he should be showing his face for the match reaction, but he ran away like a chicken last time.
He's just been on about the expectations. Bloody hell! I've never heard no like it.
Exactly, man. What the heck, man? What is this, man? You know what I mean? You got center backs. You need to score this amount of goals. Goalkeeper, you need to score about 2 goals per year, mate. If not, you're knackered.
If it's pick on the mighty win season, you're leaving somebody else alone. I'll check all of that.
No, Wayne, I'm not picking on you, mate. I just thought I'd get that in, just as you were saying that. You know what I mean? And you expect this and you expect that. Says, hey, here we can. But tonight's match, I was over the moon. There was much more heart inside the lads. Loads of heart.
I thought it was very
and that's what matters, doesn't it?
Howe's pre-match speech, he said, he used the words enthusiasm and desire twice in that little interview. And he says he wanted to say fight for every loose ball and show desire and enthusiasm to get up the pitch and into the box. And we did exactly that.
Which in shorthand means the lads have been bollocked. Yeah. Simple as.
Yeah, you think so?
That's a good praise.
Oh, 100%. The boys have been told under no false pretenses, you will do this, and this. And if you didn't, I'm out of here and you're out of here. Believe me. That's what's went down there.
Mm-hmm. Foxy, the night, do you not think that there was no player really let us down on that pitch? There was no player.
No, I thought the. Sorry for cutting you off, Boogie, but I thought them lads were magnificent.
Yeah, exactly. So I think the praise we have to give out to Eddie Howe is that he's obviously got them up for this game. He's set them up right, and we've come out with a great result. And the players have been absolutely brilliant tonight, I think.
Yeah,
of course. And there's a few people on the chat here saying, "Oh, we only beat Tottenham." But believe me, that could have been a big trip up that leg. That could have been a mad thing to happen the war season, losing down there. Because listen, it's the third win of the way of the season. But now they've been terrible, and they're not usually that terrible. But they have been. We have been terrible away. So I just thought before the game started, how was the lads gonna turn out here? What sort of commitment and are we going to put into this match and spreading the ball again and playing with basics? Because sometimes what passing has been awful and all that. It didn't get us wrong. If your passing's awful, you've got to be up to the fight for the second ball. And I thought, well, the other day, I thought Ramsey was brilliant today, and I've been bigging him up. The last couple of games, he's been getting better and better. The lad's a talent. He is a good, talented kid, believe me. So is Alanga. So there's three lads that's come in the day that's met three that's changed the game for us. Chow, who's had a cracking season anyway. A bit of a tail off in the middle because he looked a bit knackered, but you can expect that as a young lad walking across 4 different cups and challenges. You got Ramsey coming in, who it's tough for lads coming into a new system and all that, And back we used to say, you got to be Eddie fit and you got to be Eddie wise to get in the team. You know what I mean? We used to say that, No, it's like, no, you got to get in, you got to be brilliant straight away. Alanga coming in, man. The lads are starting to play a wheel. Willock, I thought Willock was great today. Just he's running off the ball and all that and picking up. He might not be the greatest person you've ever seen play football. He's not. But he gets the amongst, and that's that. And all the lads are committed today, and that's brilliant.
And all the lads and lasses, they're always smiling faces. There you go, baby. RJ Fox,
exactly.
Thank you for calling us, buddy, lad. Appreciate you, mate. Have a good day.
Yes, mate.
It's nice to chat to you, lads. I hope you keep ahead. I don't know what we'll do at the weekend with Aston Villa. We'll see what team we'll
We are knackered.
There you go.
Well, talking about the Aston Villa team, which are not, by the way, but that bench suggests to me what the team might be against Aston Villa.
No, it doesn't. You said the same thing before the Man City game, man. Give over. Anyways, RG, see you later, mate. Appreciate you.
See you later, RG.
See you later, mate.
There you go. That was RG there, ladies and gents. Call us now and have your say. 0191-916-8864. Juan Linton. Oh, no, Juan Leon says, or Lion says, I still think that Eddie needs to be replaced. Well, listen, that's not going to change over beating Tottenham. That's a long review process that the team is going to go, I'm assuming, through at the end of the season. So, it is what it is. But right now, we got to celebrate the win. Jordan calling us now back. Jordan, how are you, bud?
Oh, my God. What a game.
What a game. What a game, bro.
Game to watch that was. Just absolutely amazing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was a great game. Who was your man of the match? Who was your...
Ramsey.
Yep. Makes sense.
But were you worried in the first half when we weren't converting our chances?
Nah, not really. I knew that we'd win today, actually.
Jordan, do you think that was one of our best away performances of the season so far? I know we've had Everton, but do you think that was maybe on a par with Everton, or?
I mean, Everton game was a bit of a rip-off, but, today it shows what you can do, basically.
So are you Eddie in now completely?
Oh, most definitely, yeah.
Good. It's nice to hear the fans.
I mean, I can't wait for the match on Saturday against Villa.
Yeah, it's nice to hear the fans who are already in to come on and actually say that, because sometimes you get fans who, when we have a bad result, just don't turn up for the shows and they don't show that commitment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
But it was a great performance. I think the commitment was there, and I think that it speaks volumes of Ilanga as well, because he'd been held to the cross, in the fact that he's now turning things around. It's kind of odd because the team was somewhat performing and he wasn't at all, and then the team went downhill, and he's the one that was performing great for the last 3-4 games, and he's continuing that now. So Ilanga playing well is only a positive sign moving forward. So that has to continue, of course, because I mean, Murphy's Murphy. We know Murphy's what he's going to give you. But at the end of the day, Ilanga coming in is actually a positive thing as well, because a signing coming in is working out, or seems to work out at the moment. Another one alongside Malik Chiao. So anyway, Jordan, thank you very much, Bunny Lad. Thank you very much for calling us, and we'll stay in touch, okay?
Cheers, Jordan.
Yeah, all right, thank you.
Have a good day, mate. Have a good one. Call us now and have your say. 0191-916-8864. And ladies and gents, I can confirm some breaking news for the channel right now as I'm reading my emails. And we will have the live presser back under new term and conditions. So again, we're gonna go back to 9 a.m. 9ish, 9:10 or so, live streaming the presser, and audio only. And at least we'll be able to hear Eddie Howe and all that. But you can, if you want to watch it, of course, you can always do that on the NewcastleUnited.com website, and you can watch it from there. But we'll be able to have the audio from the pressers, listening to the question, listening to Eddie Howe's instant reactions to the questions that are being asked of him. Right now, they're seeming a bit of proper questions, to be fair, from journalists right now amid the circumstances. But it's not the old pressers of old, the pressers of old where Wynn wanted to ask, what Eddie Howe's going to do in 10 years, if he's going to get invited to the retirement party and all that stuff. None of those questions are right now, happening. But I'm delighted to have the pressers back. And I can only say thank you to Newcastle United, to the football club for supporting, helping us out, and of course because a lot of you want the presser. So, and to be fair, the presser reactions have been doing great. So I appreciate all of you really for that. But it's valuable to have Eddie Howe reacting and listening to what he has to say in real time. So that's lovely, and thank you again to the club for that right there. Anyways,
sorry, Chris, can we just give Gary and Ian a shout out for them as well, because I think they're great.
They've been doing great, on the pressers, And they show up right on time. I usually put 3 people on the presser, but one of them just doesn't show up. He might be too drunk or something. I have no clue. So we might start looking for replacements pretty soon. So apply Chris at NUFC Talk TV. Chris from London, call us now. Oh, Chris from London.
Hey, mate, look, I promised Win that we'd beat Tottenham, and what happened?
Oh, man.
Did it go back? Yes, didn't I say that we must get a win against Tottenham? And we did.
I'll take your word for it, Chris.
I can't remember that far either.
I love it when you school Win. You tell him what'll happen, and it happens every time, mate.
Well, no, I told him the other day when we played. Whose the last game we played? It was we lost 3-2 to Brentford. I said to Win that I hope we win for you, Win, but I doubt we will. And then the other day when I rung up, I said to Win, knowing our luck, because of how piss poor Tottenham are, we are going to beat them. Now I can't say obviously we beat them because they've got 13 team players out, because you can only beat what you play.
That's right.
So, but it is nice, Chris, to see the manager finally play 1 holding, 2 attacking central midfielders. Mm-hmm. And you saw today what happens if you play 2 number 8s that can attack.
Who would you say was the holding midfielder in that triumvirate?
Well, it had to be Bruno.
Well, I'm guessing it was Bruno today, mate.
Well, hang on.
Because Willock and Ramsey were going forward.
Yeah.
And so was Bruno.
That was Bruno. So what do you?
Yeah, is he injured? Because I just finished work. I didn't find out if he was injured or not.
Well, he went off.
The quotes that we have from Eddie Howe. Let me see here. I got it right here. I got the text. That Anthony. Oh no, this is about Anthony Gordon. So never mind. But there was one about Bruno, and Bruno feels something. Is more or less. I'll find the quote. But Bruno feels something, but no.
I was asking because my brother told me that Gordon didn't do much apart from an assist, but I didn't watch the match. I only listened to you guys because obviously I don't finish work till like about 9:10. So
it
took me a while to get back.
That's why.
But yeah, like I said, I will always give people credit if they win a match. Now Tottenham, sorry mate. I might have to tell my mate that he might have to start buying a ticket for the Championship because they are dreadful. Yeah, they fought back in the second half, but the first half, it didn't even look like they had a clue. And once that Odegaard got taken off,
Oh, the boy.
Wow. Like you said, mate, like it said just before the match, they had 13 first players missing, and a lot of them are their best players. But they had their best players last year, and they were trash then. So all I can say to win is, mate, congratulations, you've got a win, which is about time we got
all
one.
won, man. Whoa,
9 games since we won.
Chris, we all won, man. We're Toon fans. We all won. Don't you think?
Oh no! I only say that it's not taking the piss, because Win is the senior fan out of all of us, and it's good to see a team win because he put so much behind Eddie Howe. It's good to see someone actually justify why he supports the manager.
Well, we got some.
But here's the thing. I didn't think the manager had a great game today.
No, he kind of did. I mean,
he certainly did in terms of going. It's my way, as I said before. Kick off my way. The lineup that he picked.
I don't even think it was that.
What I'm saying is, I think it was apparent in the first half, with all the chances we were creating, we needed a proper striker up there to convert some of them.
Well, you're not wrong, because I didn't see much. From what I saw I didn't see much from Gordon. Like, I'm watching the part of the highlights now. But it's good we got a win, mate, because I will always be convenient in my fact that you back Eddie because you believe in him. I don't back him because of the consistent form that we have every season. There's always going to be that part that we have to try and get a lot of wins to catch up from what we failed at the beginning of the season. That is the sole reason why I am Eddie Howe out, because like Einstein said, the definition of madness is doing the same thing over and over and over and over. But I'm always going to give the geezer a chance, because when he came in, I was one of the fans that wanted him as our manager.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, but we got the win tonight, and that is a good thing. Of course, it stops tonight, and then we got to start preparing for the weekend. It's just the way it is at this moment. So we shall see what happens then. Chris, thank you very much, mate. Appreciate you.
Can I just ask you one favor?
Yeah, that's fine, mate.
Last question from both.
What's up, Boki?
One favor. Will you keep calling and keep them win right? Because somebody's got to.
Well, unfortunately, mate, when you look at the form and our team plays, I didn't see us getting anything today, but I only said that we'd win because Tottenham are trash, mate. Like, they literally are. They've got a fair few strikers, but they're wingers. They ain't got none no more. They're all gone.
What I mean, Chris, is that you
keep all injured.
You keep win on the straight and narrow. You keep him on his toes. So keep calling in, mate.
There you go.
No, that's all right, man. Win reminds you of my grandfather, you know what I mean? My grandfathers are from North Shields. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, it is, isn't it? It's built in your DNA, Boki, as the Geordie, to always, no matter what happens, even when we got relegated, like the first time, and then when we got relegated the second time, that was piss poor under McLaren.
Whoa, language.
Do you know what I mean?
What's your language?
It does show you something, doesn't it?
Yeah. Anyway, cheers for calling, mate, and we'll talk soon. All right, take care.
Okay, mate.
See ya. Have a good one. You gotta watch your language. Watch your language, lads, when you come in. When he called you a grandpa, man.
Bristol will slightly have to address the elephant in the room tonight as well. In that was that midfield better because Tonali wasn't in it.
No. That's a rubbish statement. And I expect more than you, but.
I think there's a point to be made to it, though, mate. There is a point there.
And by the way, when he came on,
you go in and keep saying if you want to, and see how far we get. But I want to say something that full-time scenes after the game.
Hello.
Hold on, give us a second, mate. The full-time scenes.
Oh, sorry, man.
Yeah, no worries. We got somebody on the line, but full-time scenes. Bruno pushes Eddie Howe so he can get a round of applause from the crowd, and it did happen, as well as Murphy did the same thing with Tyndall, not Tyndall, man. What are you on about? With Ramsey. So it was according. I'm assuming for the team, he was the man of the match, and Eddie Howe raising the arms up, Bruno style, so Mighty Wayne can fall in love with him by just doing that. We got a new caller now calling us. How are you, mate? What's your name?
It's Lee and Billy.
Lee and Billy.
Billy.
There you go. Where are you calling from, first of all?
I'm just from Baker.
Oh, Baker. Proper.
Baker.
Eastender. How are you, mate? What do you think about the game?
Good. It was all right.
Yeah.
It was all right. I thought Langer had a good game for once.
Yeah. No, not for once though. For many,
actually,
for 5 in a row, 5 games in a row or so. He's been decent.
Men's.
Oh, he hung up. Anyway, so somebody might have took the phone away from him and he hung up. Anyway, biker in the house for a brief moment. He was, yeah. By the way, we used to have Marco from Walker call in every now and then. I miss Marco. Man, Marco, how are you? Give us a call back. I want to know your opinion on what do you think of the game. And
there was no baker tea cake there, Erwin.
Yeah. Big up Ilanga. Ilanga did well, by the way.
A paint in the fight at Jackson.
There you go. No, what was that we saw the other day when we do the Friday Night show? There's an ice cream shop right in Biker.
Mark Joonies.
Yeah. So yeah, that was good stuff there, and we're gonna bring that up, of course, on Friday.
Every time I was on holiday from school, I used to get dragged up the Biker by me nana and walked up and down the high street and used to go into Bevan's at the bottom win.
At the Shields Road, aye.
At the Shields Road end. Yep, every weekend when she had that was the thing.
Mm-hmm. So the thing about it, I tell you what, let's go with the comments and see what was going on there. The big question is, how do we move forward and what we're going to do? Are we going to keep the same lineup, all that? Well, it could be a question, but at the end of the day, I mean, I understand that it's easy to get on the high horse and do all that, but Gordon wasn't particularly great as a center forward, and I don't think that he is the solution. So we need to start bringing, because so many crosses, by the way, that part is a negative part of it. So many crosses for nothing, really. We got a new caller now calling us. How are you, mate? What's your name?
Hello. Hey.
Hello. What's your name?
Hello.
Yeah. I'm Hannah.
Hannah. Hello, Hannah.
Hello, Hannah.
How are you?
Happy Hannah. I'm happy, Hannah.
Happy Hannah. That's what I like to hear.
So, what'd you think about the game?
It was. Let's just say I'm very, very proud of the way we played tonight and the kind of all the backlash that Eddie and the players have had lately. And as Eddie said was it yesterday or whatever in his presser, that we need to show it, we need to answer it on the pitch. And that's exactly what they did. And remember, I think this is only our 3rd away win of the season.
Yeah, oh, well. You didn't have to
remind us about that on a night like this, man.
I know. So what I'm saying is, it's a big occasion that we actually won away from home again, and the fact that we won so well. And I have to admit, when we won, obviously we went 1 up, and then they got to go back, and I'm like, oh my gosh,
yeah, we go again.
Hannah, what part of Newcastle are you from?
Then, where am I from?
Yep, just the name.
Well, I'm from Newcastle, but I live over at Gateshead way on now.
Oh, very nice. Right. So are you a big Toon fan? Do you go to the games, or are you sort of a?
I used to go to the games, like in my teens and early 20s, and then I couldn't afford it anymore.
Yeah.
Matter with that.
Yeah.
When I was a student and stuff. But yeah, so, oh God, just honestly, did you see at the end of the game the reaction?
Yeah, the reaction was good. I mean, the fans, they're excited, of course, about a win. They're gonna support the team.
But I don't mean the reaction from the fans. I mean from the players and the manager. Like,
were they delighted?
There was passion there.
You can tell that meant so much to them.
Yeah. So
nobody can turn around and say that they do not care about our club and about the fans, because that, I mean, I almost cried just watching it,
Yeah. So, Yeah, it's a good.
This is a brilliant call. You've got to call. We're back again, mind you. You've got to keep it as a regular now.
Not just when
I
we're
don't know
winning.
about that, Mike.
Not just when we're winning, when we're losing too.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, but what part of Newcastle are you live in? You say you're from Newcastle? You did, right?
Gateshead.
Oh, Gateshead. Oh, you're Gateshead.
From Lake Gosforth area.
Oh, Gosford. Stay well. If you live in Gosford, you gotta be careful with.
That's my territory.
Stay clear of the mighty wind. You know, go the other way. Go the other way.
Janasley.
Should I head east or west?
You should go south from Gosford, away from it. Anyways, Hannah, thank you for calling us. Appreciate you very much indeed. Call us again, all right?
Hannah.
No problem.
Call us again. Have a good one. There you go, Hannah. They're calling us from. I thought you said Gateshead. What did you say Gateshead for?
She said she's from Newcastle, but she lives in Gateshead now.
Oh, there you go. So there you go. Right on. So where to go from here is one of the questions that need answer. Of course, we're gonna talk about that obviously as we move forward in the next few days. But let's go with some comments here. Jordy C, does Boki think the Spurs should come in for Eddie if they sack Thomas Frank? Jordy C, well, I doubt they will at this point.
No, but after a win, you don't call out the managers. So, you know, I'm not going to go down that line.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think it was again a good performance, and we just got to keep it up. The thing is with Newcastle, you know, once you start getting into the analysis part of it, you know, it's just so inconsistent. I mean, if right now somebody has to put money on whether the next few games are going to be great or not so great, then you would have to put it on us being inconsistent. You know, so it's just the way it has worked out. It's not being negative or positive. It's just being literally neutral on the situation. I mean, it is what it is. But, I mean, we hope that there's a turning point. We hope it is. And the next game is Aston Villa. That's going to be a very difficult game because not only for what it is, you know, Aston Villa away, but it's because it's the FA Cup. So an elimination, it can be taken very, very harsh, if you will. You don't want to seem like you're giving up the game. You don't want to seem like, and none of that. But you also, do you have skin in the game? You really don't. It's your second game. So if you lose, you get eliminated, you get eliminated. I know it's a tragic way to view this, by the way. But it is what it is.
Michael there saying, leave it, Chris. Stick to the positive. That's what I'm doing right now. Today should be a time for celebration and look at it. But by the way, I've got a couple of negatives about the game. But that's not for tonight.
We got my lovely wife Betsy calling from downstairs, I'm assuming.
I hope.
I hope.
She's Betsy out on the tune, man.
She's got the tune.
Betsy.
Hi, Betsy.
Hey.
Hey, darling.
But I am so happy. The sun came out over here in Missouri. Got a win. Eddie Howe once again felt that pressure, and he delivered. I mean, yes, we had that, everybody's heart was skipping, thinking that maybe it's going to stop playing the drums with me. But we got the win overall. And, hey, my prediction was a 3-1. We were one away from having that. But
we should have had it because that goal right there, we got robbed. Willock was off by a hair. And that was travesty, man.
And by the way, if that had happened, we would have went on to win 4-0, and I would have had my prediction.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, the only downside I'm just nervous and worried about is that do we really need to push Eddie Howe this far and push him up against the wall for him to give us results? Which I am hoping that doesn't happen next time. But
that's a good question.
I am just so happy.
You're taking lessons from the
I am just so happy. We got to celebrate this win, and may it continue to happen next game.
There you go.
Well said.
That's a good set.
Thank you.
Sensible way. Thank you.
Bye. Take care. Bye, Bucky. Bye, Win. Have a great day.
Bye. You got a lot more sense than your husband.
I'll see you in a minute. You know.
Oh my God! Get out of here. Bye.
I love you. Anyways,
Can I just ask
anyway.
for a quick confirmation on something? Is War Captain Bruno actually Hannah? Or were they joking in the chat?
Oh, no, I don't know. I didn't know. So,
Confident we're in the
I ain't
chat.
got a clue. I ain't got a clue.
Let
we
me
got
know, Captain Bruno, War Captain Bruno. Are you
And-
Hannah in? Are you
All
Hannah
right,
in
lad.
disguise?
We got a
Are
caller
you
now. We got a caller,
Hannah
folks.
In disguise.
We got a caller, folks. How are you? What's your name?
Name's Sean, mate.
Hello, Sean.
How are you? What part?
How you, mate?
Where are you calling us from?
Well, I'm originally from Consett, but I live in Cheshire now.
All right.
Cheshire.
That'll do.
Where's the? That'll do. Is that?
All right.
Yeah. So, what do you think, mate? What do you think about
Well, the thing for me, Chris, honestly, and when and boy, the thing for me is, look, I think Eddie, he's created his own problem here. He doesn't know how to move players on. It's as simple as that. It's as simple as that. You've got the likes of look. I love Dan Burn, I love Trippier, but they're well past it, man. You don't get the likes of Emery down in fucking down in Villa. You know, holding on to players like that. You've got to make a constant revolution of the team because it keeps it hungry. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, what you're saying is what a lot of people say, that Eddie has his favourites.
Yeah.
And he hangs on to them, and you know.
Well, it's not just about the favourites. I just don't think he believes. I don't think he's the type of manager that can consistently sort of have a revolution of a side, even year after year. That's how successful managers progress in football. Other than that, you stay still and you stay to their own one being, and their one being doesn't last very long. It lasts 2 or 3 seasons, as we've seen with Eddie. And I love him to bits, and he's a great guy. But for me, it's about moving players on. Look how many players Aston Villa have moved on since Emery's been in there. He's moved on 12 to 14 players, and some of them players, some of their fans were going, I don't believe it, we've sold the army. I don't believe we've sold this, we've sold that. They were shocked, but he continues to progress because he knows you can't stay still.
Sure, in regards to that, he's done that since the start. Even if you think back, he kept hold of Richie and Dummett for too long.
Yeah,
you know, they were knackered and he didn't play them. He's now doing the same with, you say, the older players now.
You could argue Lascelles.
It's baffling. It's baffling. And for me, I'll be honest with you, I think he's keeping the likes of Byrne and the likes of Gordon in the limelight just to try and get them in the England side. I really do believe he's doing that, you know.
How do you really believe that?
Football.
I mean, how?
Sorry?
How he's resigned from international football. He's saying a Trippier, but I mean, why would he do
that? No, not Trippier. Byrne and Gordon. I think he's trying to keep them in the limelight for them to be able to play the World Cup this year.
Why does he care about England? Why would he care about that? I mean, you know,
because he's English.
Has he got a long?
He's the only English manager.
No, but he might be English.
Has he got a long-term vision, thinking if they are playing for England, part of a winning World Cup squad,
what do you see?
Their value will go up, so I'll get more when I sell them.
Sean,
get out of here! What is going on here? What kind of world are we living in right now? What are we living in?
Getting back to the Knights match, mate. What did you think of the night? I mean, it was a good result, and who do you think was man of the match?
For me, do you know what? I'll be honest with you. I thought Alanga was great.
Yeah,
and you know why? Because I wanted him to. I actually wanted the guy to sort of be good tonight, because I think progressively, I think he has got a little bit better. It's surely it's got to do with everything's confidence within this, and
for me, I just think Alanga, honestly, those crosses tonight, you know, you talk about the Murphy crosses into Isaac. Those crosses tonight were bloody good, you know.
Yeah, but they were great. They could have gone for a proper striker, and in that sense, I will agree that, you know, I don't think, you know, because it's easy to say we won and every decision is great. No, we won, I believe, despite not having a center forward up there, because all those crosses is something negative to look at. Like, you cannot get that many crosses and not a single one of them is threatening.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So that's one thing. But I first of all don't believe that thing about Gordon and them going to England. I think Eddie Howe knows if he doesn't get results in Newcastle, he's going to get sacked. So he needs to worry about Newcastle United. But you know, you can argue the Trippier situation, but who was he supposed to play? Who was he supposed to play? Lewis Hall?
Well, you can't. For Burn. Well, no, not at all. I mean, that guy needed a rest. We all know that. Know that.
So then you can't criticize him for playing Trippier.
No, I didn't criticize about playing Trippier. What I mean is, what I was saying was the likes of Trippier and the likes of even Dan Burn and even I would say as far to go to the likes of Nick Pope, they should have been moved on, mate. They should have been moved on, because I'll tell you something. You move those type of guys on, you get 30 million there, right? 10, whatever it may be. And you've got to start and look at the bigger picture. He holds on to them too long. Look at now. You've got Target playing for Middlesbrough on 100 grand a week. 100 grand a week. And you can't tell me that Middlesbrough's paying 100 grand a week for him.
No, they're probably going to do half and half, to be fair.
Do you get what I mean, though, Chris? It's like for me, it's like he holds on and holds on and holds on. We've seen it with we've seen it with that many, haven't we? We've seen it with all of his Bournemouth connection. We've seen it, you know, we've seen it time after time. Almiron, we've seen that. That was just lingering for far too long. Why on earth can't we just be productive in the fact that we can just turn around? Because that is the way that this is going now.
Hopefully, Sean, that's part of hopefully, Sean, though, that's part of Wilson, who's come in's job as well, is to say it, Eddie. Look, at these players need to be moved on now. You know, you're not keeping hold of them. So I think there has to be somebody in the club, because I mean, as a manager, you would want to keep hold of players if you want as many players around as you can to keep the squad right. But as I say, I think now.
I've just seen a reply there, Borgie. Sorry to interrupt, but the likes of Lascelles. I mean, Lascelles has been all he's been is he's been a cheerleader for the last 3 years.
But as I say, that's up to Wilson now to turn around, Eddie, and say you're not keeping hold of these players.
Well, in a sense, Wilson just got here 6 months ago or something like that, and you know he got rid of Lascelles. There's only 2 windows he can do it. So to be fair, he's done.
That's a good point, that Chris. To be fair, we have had a lot of disruption in the backgrounds, the backroom stuff, which is. It's obviously not helped, but as far as I'm concerned, I will say this though, and I don't know whether you'd agree or disagree, but I think Newcastle United was a little bit too big for Alanga initially.
Yeah, but he seems to be turning things around.
Starting to settle down, right. And plus, did his partner have a little in or whatever?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah,
I think so. There was some. I mean, let's be fair. And hey, don't get us wrong. I'm sitting here without a fucking pot of piss in.
Oh, language.
Them guys are on about millions a month. But I will say this: it is a bit of a disruption.
Hey, what's your language, mate? What's your language? We
can't. Sorry, Pop. Yeah, it is a bit of a disruption. A disruption, especially when you have a little and stuff like that, as you know, Chris, and etc. You know.
Yeah. No, I agree with you. What was your name again? Sorry, I forgot.
Sean,
mate. I'm Sean.
Let me, because I'll put you on the list for the on the phone line so we know who you are next time. But anyways, mate, thank you very much for calling us. And it there are some negatives to look at, of course, but a lot of positives. The team did play under a lot of pressure, and that was a good thing. So we got the win.
Absolutely. Thanks to you, to three.
Lovely.
Thank you very much.
Call us again, mate. Call us again.
Great
Call us again.
call,
Take
mate.
care. So if you call, watch your language, please. Watch your language.
Your language.
Anyways,
listen. Sean opened that call saying, "Do you think he's picking these players for England?" Here's the thing: this game, probably more than any other in Eddie's time at the club, was going to define him. And who did he turn to in that moment? He turned to Barnes, Trippier, and Gordon, who allegedly are his favourites. He left Hall on the bench, who is almost the only guaranteed England starter we've got in our lineup if he's fit, Lewis Hall. He left him on the bench. So any thoughts of England is nonsense. But what?
Well, you're the one backing him up, talking about. What are you on about, man?
Well, hang on, man.
But you're the one calling him rubbish, but you're backing him up, talking about, I don't know, something about if he can sell him for more or whatever. That's rubbish, man.
Eddie Howe hangs on to players because he builds relationships with them.
Well, you're not helping him out if that's what you're trying to do.
And
you're not helping him out.
That's how he gets results.
Are you trying to help him out? Because you're not doing that.
Those very players tonight, he got his result.
No, he didn't, man. We got a result because Ramsey played great. The new signing, who has no loyalty or whatever you're talking about. So how did Burn play? I know I promised I'm not going to speak about Burn ever again because
listen,
I have a deal in place.
Burn off.
But I'm not going to talk about Burn.
20 minutes.
But I'm going to talk about Gordon. He was rubbish. He wasn't good. He did put a couple of passes here and there. He didn't do anything.
Was
so all these players that he has loyalty to.
Rubbish. Never mind, Gordon was rubbish. Gordon was good.
All these loyalty players that you're talking about they didn't do anything. The proper players like Ilanga tonight, now we can see that, and Ramsey, they're the ones that did something for the team. They're the ones that won the game. Chiao again. So what are you on about? Come on, man. So you're talking about so you agree?
Did it work or did it not work?
So you are saying that the person who I'm not going to speak of and Gordon had something to do with the win tonight?
Absolutely.
All right, cool, man. Anyway, Travoy calling us now. Travoy, how are you, mate?
Hey, how y'all doing? You okay?
Evening, Travoy.
We're doing good.
What's happening?
Last call of the day. So what do you think?
Well, it was great 3 points. I mean, us needed 3 points, right? That's one thing we needed desperately. So I thought it was a good fast half, very good fast half. I mean, the players that normally don't step up, they stepped up in Willock and Ramsey, which was good to see, and Elanga. I thought Elanga had a good game, but Ramsey, for me, was the man of the match along with Chow. I didn't like the fact that we started without a striker. I think playing Gordon up top, he didn't do nothing until like the pass through for Ramsey's goal. So with all those crosses coming in the box, it was just so wasteful because we didn't have no one to attack the ball. Second half, we set off a little bit, and then the Tonali. I want to talk about the Tonali and Mafi substitutions. This is where I have a problem with Eddie Howe's in-game management. Tonali has been off form, and when him and Mafi came on, like the caller said last time, moving players on, Mafi should be nowhere near our fast team right now. But when those two came off, our level dropped so bad, and Tonali is literally gone. His football is terrible. Absolutely. He's been the worst midfielder. Did you see him when he came in tonight?
Mm-hmm.
Really, really struggling. So that is what I mean about in-game management. I think he could have replaced Barnes and put Walter Maida or Visser up top, or Osula, which he did, and then drop Gordon to the wing, where he could have had more space to run into. But like I say, I don't want to be so negative because tonight was a good result and we needed that so desperately.
We sure did, yeah. Yeah, it was a great result. It was a good result, and there's no argument.
Travoy, who was your man of the match?
So I went for between Ramsey and Chow because Chow, he played a really good game, but I think Ramsey really stepped up. And when he scored the goal tonight, it showed me that he needed that, and he really, really cared about that. Like, that goal means a lot to him. His fast goal, you know? So I would give it to Ramsey, but Elanga was good. You was looking for 4 before, I think it would have been Ramsey, Chow, Elanga, and maybe 2 Bruno probably, but definitely Chow and Ramsey were the top for me.
What's the weather like in Wales tonight, mate? Is it bad down there?
It was raining. It was raining today, but like you know, I still got my knee all bandaged up and still on crutches at the moment, so I can't really get around too much.
Yeah.
When you're back to the Falklands, Travoy?
Hopefully, well, I'm waiting on the doctor, but hopefully at the end of the month or the beginning of next month, hopefully.
Yeah. Anyways, Travoy, good luck, mate. Thank you very much. And,
thanks a lot.
Again. Cheers, mate. Have a good day.
Cheers.
Lovely. Super chat there coming in from Alex Turkish Toon there. Wait for it to come on. Says thank you who just rang since I'm trying to criticize about Eddie's live. I'm gonna put it up again. I guess that's Turkish right there. Is that the try? TRY.
Alex Turkish Toon. Thank you who just rang since I'm trying to criticize Eddie's live management and it says an error.
YouTube is having a meltdown or something on the YouTube side of things because they're a lot of people can't do it, but so I apologize for that. But the super chat came through, and I mean, you know, it's
we've got no control over YouTube whatsoever.
The in-game management is an issue, but you know, it's gonna be an issue. But you know, it is what it is. And we got a good caller now, a new caller. How are you? What's your name? Hello. Turn your TV off, mate, because we can hear the feedback. We need to be able to hear you well. So turn it off and tell us what's your name. Hello. Hello. All right. Well, he couldn't sort it. So anyway, by the way, it's just literally, boom, you rang. Hello. You know how you answer your phone? You talk to anybody. That's how you talk. I don't know. People are there, look at TV, and they're like, you know, I don't understand that. It's easy, man. Just like you're calling anybody, call the number. But anyway, we gotta go. Thank you very much, all of you out there, for supporting the channel. Thank you very much. The pressers are back. So thanks to Newcastle United once again for that. Thank you to Mighty Mac for being a member for 23 months. And great to hear you, Betsy. There you go. Last time. Let's give it another try. How are you? What's your name? Hello.
3 fucking Tate talking out the rock.
Get him off.
Hey.
Put him off.
We come on, man. How be mature, man. Come on, be mature. Why are you ringing a show if you're not going to have a word, you know, or going to be educated to speak? And do the sing. You sing all you want, but don't come in like a numpty, cursing and doing all that stuff. Anyways, there's always an odd
this
one out there.
Viva Vendetta, who's Eddie Howe, by the way. Tonali in possession is so poor. His passing puts us in trouble. We have no control at all with him in the team. We get caught up the pitch when he gifts possession. And what is Tonali's problem?
Yeah, that's going to be an interesting discussion. Ladies and gents, we got to go. Thank you very much, all of you, for joining us. We'll be back live again tomorrow on the YouTube side of things. Don't forget, you can listen to NUFC Talk Radio every single day, 24/7 there, on rotation. We got the Geordie Hour song there. Of course, we got a lot of things that we're talking in the background to add for you. So regardless, thank you very much indeed. Thank you to all the super chatters. Thank you very much for your support. We will see you all on the next one. How way the lads.
How way
See you later,
lads.
folks.